person has no purpose and stands for nothing, just aimlessly running through life, they become uncontent.
If you treat me nice, you could be my wifey. You just what I like. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Yeah, you really like. Baby, really like me. I'ma make it off. In it all white tea. You're just what I like. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Yeah, nigga, nice. You could play the wifey. Put you on my side.
They are selling you depression and labeling it happiness. You just turned 18 or you just turned 21 and you can finally go clubbing and experience what it means to truly have fun. You can stay out late with your friends. You can drink all these alcohols you've been hearing about growing up. You can dance with the opposite gender or or the same gender, all in the endeavor to start relationships with new people, even if it lasts a night or many more days to come. You are truly free from your parents' grip and you can do what you want now. You're finally liberated, right? Wrong. That's wrong. No, you're just being controlled by another big company who wants to sell you poison, destruct your health so you're on medication for the rest of your life, and keep you in a trance with these new music and trends. You are a slave. Free yourself. You are chasing happiness, but you're going completely in the wrong direction.
I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. Let it out.
Clubbing etiquette. Where I'm from, most of these establishments run on prestige. You have to be a cool guy, or you have to be a really pretty girl who, if it helps, loads of followers on Instagram. But it doesn't really matter because you are beautiful and you have pretty privilege. And if you're a guy, you're a baller. You have bread to throw into the business. Like literally, if you want to go to a club in London, you have to be a baller. And in many cases, I'm being literal. You have to be on a starting 11 on Manchester United, or at least on the bench. Maybe semi-professional. You can get by, but you ain't getting lit like that. You got to be dripping head to toe in designer. Some years back, it was all about the loops, the red bottoms. Show us that you're stepping in sauce. Bloody drip. But now you have to spend £800 on Dior runners just to cut through, because they're not letting regular trainers in anymore. You have to be drippy. Spend that money. Essentially, you're paying extortionate prices just to wear some clothes that probably cost like £30 max to make by some kid in China, which is unfortunate. End child labour. And if you want life to be on easy mode, you want the best part of the venue, you want the easiest access to girls, you have to get a table. You might be slightly younger watching this and thinking, what is he talking about? You just thought clubbing was a place for music and you can meet new people. In some places it is exactly that. But some of these establishments run on pure prestige and you have to play the game. A standard table at Libertine, which is like a popular nightclub in London, is gonna run you about a bag. And for people that don't know these money slang terms, I'm saying around £1,000 minimum spend to get a table that will have like 6 people on it. But wait right there, that's a standard table. That's not VIP. That's gonna cost you 2 bags. Again, £2,000. British sterling. It's a couple man's month's pay. But again, you're paying for the look. You're paying for them to bring over the bottles with some sparklers and have a girl with 19,000 followers on Instagram entertain you for the night. You're doing all this just for Gad to come get tech wear by Clean Up Crew Rentals. Come on, Jay, sort it out. But seriously, do not fall into this lifestyle. You're paying grands for something that you think will bring you happiness, but at most it's just bringing you a night full of regret and embarrassment for not being in control because the alcohol had a hold on you. An unguaranteed 20 minutes of pleasure with someone you don't even know, a stranger. Your pockets bleeding, gone, turned to nothing. You could have taken your mum on holiday with all that money. Imagine that, you and mum in Paris, having lunch at a cafe next to the Eiffel Tower. You could have been chilling. Mumsy would have rated it. As for the women out there, strong, independent women who we respect. Some of you be claiming to be feminists. Some of you. But I've seen things. I've seen girls leave their friends at the door because they didn't get let through. Because guess what? They wasn't as pretty as them to get let in. I've seen it. The pretty privilege, it turns into like a National Geographic documentary. This is the wildlife. They didn't meet the quota to get let in, so they got left for dead outside on the strip. It's dark. It's a dark, dark world we're living in. These are the same girls that will tweet 304 times that men are trash. But they are the ones playing into the patriarchy. They're using their pretty privilege to get into these venues for free and then get on tables that the same called men are trash have paid for. You are associating yourself with the trash. You're doing all this to rub shoulders in the club with next man you don't know and to get free drinks. And you know what man are thinking when they see you dressed to the nine in the club on their table? They're thinking one thing. And it's disgusting. I'm sorry. No, but they are thinking one thing though. Seriously, they're thinking one thing. Oh my gosh. The cleanup crew is something I need to speak about. If you're unfamiliar with this term, please allow me to teach you and explain. Welcome to my classroom. These are the guys that will pull up outside of the club just after it ends in the newest car, the 25 plate Merc. I don't really know car brands like that. The Range Rover, you know, the 3 Series. It's going off and they are just waiting for whoever stumbles out. They're not waiting for man then, let's just put it this way. They're not waiting for man, they're waiting for And they will be posted up right on the mains. Direct view from the entrance to the club. With the light on inside the car. Diabolical. Sometimes they use other tactics to entice the opposite gender. They might flash some balloons. If you don't know what balloons are, quickly Google fast gas. I don't have time to explain these kinds of substances on my video. I don't want to get banned. They'll pull up and be like, yo, you trying to go to the after party? These times there's no after party. They're just trying to get you in the whip. And then they're gonna play games like, yo, what are you saying though? And this is where it gets truly dangerous. When the party's over, we're dealing with things like drink driving, consensual intimacy. People are drunk and there's people on whips preying on that. They're outside waiting. And more time, they're under substance themselves. You know, this is where bad things happen and people go to prison. Hey, you gotta protect yourself and others. Just stay at home. It's bedtime. What are you doing out at 2 a.m?
Drinking very bad.
Let's be totally honest with each other. When it comes to drinking alcohol, there is literally like no pros. It's all just cons. Yeah, you might feel more confident, a bit loose, but this comes at a cost. Slurred speech, bad decisions, fake relationships, and a hangover. You're not building any real bonds. You're just masking awkwardness with a substance that literally slows down your brain. Fix up, look sharp. Hate to come across with like one of them cool trendy teachers that, you know, say no to drugs. But hey, if the vibe needs alcohol, that's not a vibe worthy of maintaining. And health wise, the damage it's doing in the background is nuts. Alcohol weakens your immune system. It stresses your liver. And people will say to you, oh, money comes and goes, but memories don't. I'm pretty sure that's how the saying goes. But they're lying to you. Dementia exists. Let's be real for a second. If we're lucky enough to find someone we love, grow old together and have a family, at 90 years old, you're not going to be telling your grandkids, yeah, the best days of my life, I was in Libertine, licked out of my head, and I went back to an Airbnb and out a thing for 20 minutes. That's just not true.
One thing counts in the bank, larger.
The global nightclubs market is estimated to be $99 billion in 2025. And to get a little bit closer to home, in the UK, the estimated revenue for nightclubs is around £760 million. They are getting bread off nights you can't even remember. They're laughing. And what do you literally take home from that night? Oh, it was a good memory. Again, I told you, when you're 90 years old, those are not the memories you're going to be recalling. You're going to be recalling playing golf for the first time with your son. You know? Going on that family holiday. You're not going to remember the time you was 18 chugging up vomit outside the club. You're just not. So why go? So guys and girls, please save yourself the depression. Stop going out to these nightclubs. At least stop going out every weekend. I'm not expecting you guys to be saints. I know it's hard. But stop going every weekend. It won't bring you happiness. But going bowling with family and friends, grabbing some ice cream at the park, going for a cheeky midnight stroll by the river. That just might. And also, saving your sleeping pattern will definitely benefit you. Now let's talk about social media, the ultimate hype machine for this fake happiness. Every day we scroll through these perfectly curated reels and stories of people's lives. Glamorous nights out, designer fits. It's designed to make you feel like you're missing out if you're not living the same lit lifestyle. And we are currently in the generation of FOMO, fear of missing out. Now what's wrong with us? We are wetbacks. We're just a moist generation. And the truth is, social media profits off this. They profit off your fear of missing out. It convinces you to buy them expensive trainers and go out every night to look the part, just so you can be like the people you see on social media. It's the ultimate form of peer pressure that we just can't recognize. But the dopamine you get from them likes and follows is just another short-time high. It's frying your brain. And when you finally hit the lock button and your screen goes dark, you're left with emptiness. The cycle keeps you trapped, chasing the next post, the next trend, the next party, instead of focusing on things that really matter, like genuine connections, mental health, and real experiences that actually do build long-lasting memories. So next time you see yourself scrolling and comparing, remember, you're only seeing the highlight reel. True happiness isn't about clubbing or designer labels. It's much more deeper than that. Have a think. What does happiness really mean to you? Genuinely, close your eyes if you have to. I'm actually asking. I ask this because we're humans. Like it or not, we are actually quite similar. And this is true in the things we experience. Whether it's losing a loved one or finally achieving that goal that took you years to reach, we can agree that one is a sad feeling and one is a positive feeling. This is usually how it works for most people. Things make us happy and some things make us sad. And we can categorize these things and ultimately decide this is negative and this is positive. So don't let big companies lie to you and say, this is positive, you buying our, limited edition LeBron James Henny and going to Shoreditch tonight, that's gonna make you happy. I'm actually pretty sure they have LeBron James Henny. I think I saw it in the corner shop one time. Definitely didn't drink that. Nah, I actually didn't. I shouldn't joke about that. What I'm trying to say is, yes, you and I are unique, but at the same time, we're not really special. We run on the same things other people do. We eat food, we need water, we need to use the bathroom. A lot of these things that affect us the same way. We all have the same feelings and triggers, whether it's jealousy, pride, ego, lust, and so on. And in the same breath, you are special because you're alive, you're breathing, you were chosen to walk this earth. Your actions can positively affect other people, and you can leave your imprint on the planet when it's all said and done. I always ask myself, why do people go clubbing and feel the need not to be sober? It's because really and truly, it's a boring experience without the alcohol and the drugs. Like, you need that to make it fun, because it's not actually fun. As a child, I once asked a member of my family, why do people take drugs? And they answered, because no one wants to feel normal. And that was food for thought for me. Normal. What is this normal feeling you're talking about? I now understand, if a person has no purpose and stands for nothing, just aimlessly running through life, they become uncontent and have this overwhelming feeling of normalness, because it's just a constant state of nothingness. It's only fixed when they're distracted by chasing the lights, chasing the highs. So my final advice to you would be to find purpose in your life, whether it be your family, religion, or just simply to protect and uplift other people around you. With that, I think you'll be closer to finding out what true happiness really is. Thanks for tapping in on another yap session, or should I say lesson. This was a lesson, I hope, on the Dante Report show. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you know my opinion is the only right opinion. No other opinion is right. I know everything. Please take my lesson and change your life for the better. Or don't. Safe.